pale.
You were a stone cold killer.
Today, we delve into a chilling and complex story that shocked the quiet town of Cockeysville, Maryland. In this episode, we'll explore the various facets of this case, including the claims of abuse, the contradictions in a young teenager's personality, and the enigma that surrounds this horrific tragedy. Imagine a picturesque suburban neighborhood in Cockeysville, Maryland in late winter of 2008. The family in question lived in a large, beautiful house with a sprawling lawn. The father, John, was a successful local attorney, while Tamara, the mother, was a dedicated stay-at-home mom. They had 3 sons. The oldest was an honor student and an accomplished athlete, with 2 younger brothers. The family often enjoyed vacations together at their second home in Western Maryland. On the surface, it seemed like they led a life of privilege and happiness. However, beneath this facade, there may have been a darker side. As we unravel this tragic story, you'll discover the many contradictions and mysteries that surround this family and the shocking events that unfolded. On the evening of February 1, 2008, the oldest son returned home after visiting friends, where he found his whole family murdered in cold blood. The police was called, and Nick and his friends were later taken into custody for investigation. It was their responses that led the investigators to the murderer.
So you get some basic information from me. It's Ryan, right?
Yes.
Which middle name, Ryan?
Middle name? Yes. Andrew.
What's your last name?
Fingles. Fingles.
As the news of the tragedy spread, the community was left in shock and disbelief.
It was news that we couldn't believe. It was back in February of 2008. A Cockeysville family murdered in their sleep with a lone exception.
The scene at the family home became chaotic as police officers investigated the crime scene while friends arrived, expecting a party.
I want you to tell me what's been going on and explain. Who are you with all day?
I was with Ryan, Alex, and Nick. We were at Ryan's house in the morning because we slept over there last night.
What time did you guys get over there last night?
I went over there right after school.
You got there after school about what time?
Well, I went home first, and then my mom drove me over there around like 2:50 maybe.
2:15 or
2:50.
2:50?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Smith.
Oh, that's right. I just talked to your dad. Your dad's here. When you guys leave, I think he's going to take care of the other boys, get them to where they got to go. Okay. Any other nickname other than Alex?
No.
Street name or anything like that?
No.
You play lacrosse for Delaney?
Yes.
So, tell me what's happened the last day and a half. What was going on and last night? I guess you can start tomorrow. Yesterday afternoon.
Came up from school, 2:45, then thought about going to the basketball game, but then ended up...
At Delaney or?
Delaney basketball game. Thought about going there.
Okay.
Then we decided to skip that for a bunch of reasons. Then we went to Ryan Fingal's house.
Okay.
Then we were just hanging out there, went outside for a little bit, you know.
What were you doing at Ryan's house?
Yeah, Ryan.
What were you doing there?
Little did they know the chilling truth behind the events that had unfolded.
Okay. How far do you live from where he lives?
Half a mile.
Half a mile. Did you guys go over there?
No.
Did he?
Yes.
What time did he go over there?
Like 12:30.
Last night?
Yes.
What did he go home for?
Truthfully, we were going to just take his car out.
I'm sorry, what was his name?
Nick Browning. Just take his car out for a little drive.
Okay. Did you guys do that?
No.
All of you were there?
Yes. Nick said that he was there. That when he got there, the lights were still on.
Okay.
And so he just was in the car, and he said he fell asleep.
As family, friends, and the community grappled with their grief, they tried to make sense of the tragedy and understand what could have led to such a horrific outcome. As we continue to explore this chilling story, we will examine the conflicting accounts and clues that emerged during the investigation, which painted a complex picture of the teenager's life.
Taylor, I'm going to tell you now.
Yes.
This is a murder case.
Yes.
You're 15 years old.
Yes.
You cannot lie to me.
All right.
Because you will go to jail for the rest of your life. So you and Nick slept in the living room?
Yes.
You're 100% sure? You need to be perfectly honest with me. That Nick was in there with you?
Yes.
The whole night?
Yes.
Okay. I'm having 2 people tell me he left the house. This is a murder investigation. 4 people have been murdered tonight. You don't want to start lying to me right now.
Because he said that his mom was going to pick him up at like 9 to like clean the house, 9 in the morning. And she never did, I guess. And he was calling, and I don't know, I guess he just assumed they're out somewhere.
and then we got home. And in the course of this, I've been calling my parents all day, and they hadn't picked up. So
From the cell phone?
So originally from Ryan's house phone, and then my phone a bunch of times.
Okay. So you guys get to back home. What happened then?
Then I opened the garage door. I walk
How
inside.
did you open the garage door? How do you do that?
That's the code.
Is there? Oh, okay. For the outdoor code, right?
The keypad.
Garage door opens or something. Okay.
And so I walked inside, and then the door was unlocked, which is weird because one of my parents locked the door.
Which door? The door in the
door into the garage.
kitchen.
Into the kitchen.
Okay, from the garage to the kitchen.
That was locked, so I figured it would be locked, but it wasn't. So I walked in,
Okay.
and I saw my father on the couch, and that's sort of uncanny.
What did you see about that? I know stuff, but what did you see?
I saw he was on the couch, and there was blood coming out of his face.
So Nick went upstairs, found his mom in the master bedroom, and his two brothers in their bedroom, like all bloody. And I was up there too with him, and Alex was down the hall, and I just took Nick and just brought him outside.
But then today at the mall, he said he couldn't get the keys, and he pulls the car keys out of his jacket, and he said he said they were just in there. He didn't even know.
In his pocket.
Yeah, in his jacket pocket. I remember Nick told his little brothers how he was gonna get in to keep the basement door unlocked. That's how he was gonna get in the
Did
keys.
he call his little brother? Or?
Yeah, he called him.
And that's how he's gonna get in the house.
Yes.
The basement door.
Yeah, the slider. No.
Like where the pool table is, that kind of
Yeah,
room?
yeah, that.
God, that's real important.
I should remember that.
That's cool.
You were talking about like abusing, like he told me that his dad just sometimes says like I don't know when he got caught drinking or whatever, and his dad was like said something like you're a failure or something.
Okay, so you're degrading to him and stuff.
Yeah,
How did Nick do in school?
I think he does pretty well. He takes some like AP classes.
There was actually twice. One time I got caught at a friend's house, and then there was a ski trip. This was actually about a month ago.
Yeah.
Ski trip up to Vermont, and I stupidly brought some stuff, and they found it, and
Your parents were on a ski trip with you?
No, they found it in my bag before we left.
Anything else you think you need to tell me?
I don't know. He always says his brothers are annoying and stuff, and he says his mom drinks a lot.
Does you?
I don't know. He just says he's really hard on him,
Okay.
and I guess he calls him Hitler. I don't.
Calls me Hitler. I've been a cop a long time. I'm in homicide. Been here a while. Stuff's just not adding up for me right now with you. Okay.
Okay.
I think you had something to do with what happened tonight. There's no other explanation.
Yes, you
You
did.
did. And the more you lie, the deeper it's going to get for you. You'll see.
Yes, you did.
You've lied to us. You lied to us about you contacting your brother. You lied to us about the
I
keys.
never lied about contacting my brother. I told you that.
He only told me after I pointed it out to you that you did it.
I didn't.
And the keys to the gun locker are in your bed, or under your bed. There's no other explanation. Nobody broke into this house. It was you. You left your friends. What happened? Why? Explain to us why this would have
There's
happened.
no reason for me to kill. I love him.
Your brothers didn't do it. A burglar didn't do it.
How can you say that?
I can tell, buddy. This is what I do for a living. I've been doing it for 22 years. You know how many burglaries I've been to? You know how many homicides I've been to? I sit here every day talking to people just like you. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And this just goes on and on and on. And you did do it. If you didn't do it, you wouldn't be sitting here. I'm telling you right now. Nobody broke into that house.
How can you be so sure?
I'm positive. I'm 100% positive that nobody broke into that house. I've been to plenty of burglaries. I know what a burglar looks like. When you walk into a home and the house has been burglarized. Your house wasn't burglarized.
This was no burglar.
Nobody broke in. Nobody went in there and killed your family. You did it. Do you want me to believe that somebody did that?
No,
Do you believe
They
that?
didn't put them under a mattress, so that makes no sense.
They're there.
There's multiple sets of keys.
The keys are under your mattress.
There's one set of keys.
The keys are under your mattress. Do you want me to believe that someone walked into that house, kills your entire family, and then just happens to put the keys under your
mattress. The gun
mattress.
was out. I didn't need the keys.
Okay, I'm telling you. And it's fairly obvious from where your father's found, your mother, and your two brothers. Nobody confronted the burglar and said, "Get out of my house," and they got shot for that reason. Your family members were executed. And you did it. Yes, you did. No doubt in my mind.
There won't be a doubt in the jury's mind either. Look at your family.
Yes, I love them.
And you put a gun to their head and you killed them. There is no other explanation. Nobody broke into that house.
How do you know?
Nobody broke into that house.
How can you be certain?
We're 100% certain that nobody broke into that house.
Because we know.
But
We know. We're sitting here.
you're not God. You don't have cameras in my house.
I know that nobody broke into that house last night. You said earlier that all of the lights were on. You fell asleep, you woke up, all of the lights were still on.
I said my parents' bedroom was lights were on.
You said all the lights. You did. You were totally unemotional about this. You walk into a house, your whole family's murdered. And you're just, I didn't do it. Why would I do it? I was in my friend's house.
So crying would make you. Crying would make you believe that.
I think you're trying to convince yourself. You're doing a terrible job of convincing me.
I have to convince you.
Yeah, you do. Believe it or not, you do.
You've already made your mind. I couldn't.
You did this. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Afraid it is. Okay. Well, you know what? You're under arrest.
Okay.
Or counts of first degree murder.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Okay. What do you want me to say? Say.
I want to know why. I want to know why.
If there's a reason, I still go to jail. I mean,
but you don't understand. There are mitigating factors in the world. There's a cold-blooded killer, and there's a reason why people do things. And there are differences. There's differences in the way things are perceived, the way people hear things. Yeah, inevitably, it could determine the way you live out your life. Yeah. People don't want to shut off a 15-year-old kid. They want to know why. Father was beating him or abusing, maybe not physically abusing him, degrading him. We know he was overly hard on you. We already know that. I can't go over that. I can't go over a piece of evidence. You'll see that in discovery months, maybe a year down the line, after you've been sitting in BCDC for that whole time, the detention center.
And if I gave a reason, I'd still be sitting in that same detention center.
I don't know. Is there a mental issue? Is there something going on here?
So then I commit myself to a mental hospital for the rest of my life.
Try to convince me then. Try to convince me you didn't do it then.
What? Like you said, there's no reason.
I don't understand.
There's
every reason to try to convince me.
No, I'm sorry, not too much. There's no reason for me to kill my family. There's no reason for me. Why would I jeopardize? You put money into it. I have a very large, or had whatever, inheritance coming to me, regardless if there's insurance money involved or not. I don't know how much insurance money I have. That is coming to me. He has real estate on the side. I am set. I can fill out the rest of my life without that. There's no money reason. They're great to me. I love my family. We do,
You did. It was all staged. That's why we know. Every one of us has seen a real burglary.
How do you know something was staged? How do you even know if stuff was missing or not? I don't even know if stuff was missing or not.
You said that the Wii and the Xbox were on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't they removed?
They're big. They're not easy to carry.
Okay. How about the jewelry? There's tons of jewelry in your mom's thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what she has personally. But You know, she has definitely valuable stuff. I don't know if that's missing.
How about the cash on your mom's dresser? So the envelope full of cash. Obvious. It's not how it works. It just doesn't work that way. Number one, burglars don't kill their victims. I have a feeling that the gun, the 9mm, is going to be the one that's missing from the house. The only gun missing from the house is going to be that gun. I know they're guilty by the way they act. Not even talking about the evidence. I'm just about the way you're acting tonight.
The jury won't.
The jury will. The jury will see this.
What, you don't. There's no lesser punishment you're offering. You're saying come up with a reason, and maybe you're insane and you get to go to a mental hospital the rest of your life.
You're getting charged with this tonight. There's no doubts about this. But I'm hoping that there's a reason that we can explain to the court, to the state's attorney. Here's why he said he did it. You know there are lesser charges, right? You know there's manslaughter. You're a smart kid. You know there's second-degree murder. You know all this. But I don't know why things happen. The only thing I have right now is 4 dead people. I can tell you care. That's just it. I can tell you care. I can tell you feel what you did. You see, this is the first time. The first genuine emotion I've seen all night is coming now. What happened? Nick, what happened? I can tell you didn't plan this. Is it because you're a father?
Yeah, it was the straw. Yeah.
But why? Was it physical?
No, it's more sort of like a last, probably still, I mean, it was they were physical. I'm in Boy Scouts, right? And, excuse me.
It's okay, man.
So there's this, I'm almost Eagle, I'm almost done.
Your life?
Right, Life Scout. And then there's this leadership weekend, camp out, whatever thing, and,
Where was it?
this, was Brownsea, somewhere up in, I forgot, but, anyways, I didn't want to go, I'm almost done, didn't think I needed a leadership camp, so my attitude wasn't great on the trip.
You got pissed?
So he got pissed, and as we're coming home, he hits me, and so that was sort of the beginning, the beginning of it, and it's just,
How long ago was that?
that was, this fall,
Okay.
last fall, and then,
You kept it up there.
it kept going, and the little thing just seemed to always reverted back to that one thing, and then, the alcohol thing happened, then they called me taking out the car.
Oh, you got a call before?
Yeah, I got a call before.
He threatened to keep it away from you?
Right. And,
But the whole time your grades are good? Everything else is?
grades were good, and last freshman year, I got a D one quarter, but then I got an A the next quarter, so I got a
You
D
made
as
it up.
well. So that
He's
grades,
harping on the D.
right, I put on the D, and then, he'd occasionally, I wouldn't call it huge physical beating, but I think
It's still uncalled for.
right, the emotional, I think. 'Cause when he hit me, it didn't bother me, it was the constant,
Did you do it in front of your friends too?
never the hitting, but the yelling and the, anger.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. And then Friday night, he was just mad. I don't even know why he was mad. And then I was giving directions on how to get around Fingal's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then he
Lost it.
blows out or something. He didn't hit me, he just gets really angry. And I really didn't get lost. He went 2 feet past a turn and just had to make a tight turn.
Come back.
And then you have to put the car in reverse. He got really angry. And then I went back to get the car, and I saw him sitting on the couch. The TV was on, and I knew the gun was out on workshop bench.
What happened?
I walked up. I sat there for a half hour.
He was sleeping.
Yeah, standing over him. And then I went between putting the gun up to his head and pulling it back down and up.
Do you have a pillow up too, or?
No, just the gun. The gun was. I'm not sure if I meant to pull the trigger or if it
Just went off?
It just. And then once that happened, I freaked out, and I thought, it'd all come down, but I don't even know if they woke up or whatever, but. So I sat on the couch and they were up, and I couldn't realize I couldn't just walk away from that. And then I shot my mom. And then
She's still sleeping?
yeah, I waited for a little bit, then I think she went back to sleep. I shot her.
Why the brothers, man?
I thought if no one was there to say anything that my story would go because I was the only one. Just got scared.
I need to know where the gun is, though. We can't have that out there.
It's on Sherwood Road. I'll explain it on the map or whatever.
You may have to take us there.
Sure, it's fine.
Is it?
Furthermore, no
very
explanation was provided for the
it's in
brutal murder
bushes.
of his two younger brothers.
You can point out
The
to where it
community,
is.
family, and friends were left to grapple with the horror of the events, and the teenager faced his day in court. Despite the teenager's claims of abuse and the conflicting accounts of his personality, he was ultimately charged with the murders and tried as an adult. The court proceedings were emotionally charged, with relatives and friends struggling to reconcile the image of the teenager they knew with the heinous crimes he had committed. Some of the teenager's relatives advocated for a more lenient sentence, hoping that he would receive therapy and eventually accept the gravity of his actions. As a result, he received 4 life sentences with the possibility of parole in 2031. While some family members were hopeful for his rehabilitation, others, like the father's sister, were left wondering if he truly understood the magnitude of his crimes. The teenager eventually ended up incarcerated at the Western Correctional Institution in Cumberland, Maryland. As the community and family continued to heal from the tragedy, the questions and mysteries surrounding the chilling story remained. In the aftermath of the shocking events, the community of Cockeysville, Maryland was left to pick up the pieces and find a way to heal. The memory of the family, as well as the actions of the oldest son, continued to haunt the town.